Well, hello fellow crafters, Janine here, and today I'm going to be reviewing this Tim Holtz Distress Crayon. I received it in my March Simon Says Stamp Card Kit of the Month, and they sent one color, and mine was this orange color. I think it was Spiced Marmalade is the name of it. And I honestly didn't know what to expect from it. Is it like a watercolor crayon where you can, put a wet paintbrush to it? Is it something you color on and then, kind of like a watercolor pencil, and then add water to it to bring the color in, and go from like a dark to light to do a gradient wash? And so that's what I started with. So you see I just drew a simple flower on the paper, and I put some water to it on I wet a paintbrush and then put some water to the crayon to see if I could get it to do, kind of a gradient wash. And I was able to pull some color out of the crayon, but you can see here it's very, very faint. I was, at this point, honestly already scratching my head like, what's the point of this crayon? I really don't understand. There's got to be something I'm missing. So I figured I would try something else, and I thought, well, maybe you need to put a wet paintbrush directly to the crayon and pull color off and paint with it, so to speak. So I gave that a try. And again, it's such a faint color and there's so little coming off. And here's, let me go ahead and read to you the product description from Simon Says Stamp, because I got to tell you, I'm still just perplexed about this product. It says, Distress crayons are formulated to achieve vibrant coloring effects on porous surfaces for mixed media. The smooth water reactive pigments, which I did not really find them to be all that water reactive, are ideal for creating brilliant backgrounds. Watercoloring, I don't think so. Smudge effects, you're going to see why that's really not so true either here in a minute. Smudge effects and more. Color directly onto your surface and blend with water, then layer with distress inks and stains for more creative possibilities. Let me tell you, folks, they're selling these at 6 crayons for $12.99. I just don't understand. I honestly don't understand. It is a soft crayon, and I'll give it that. It does glide on like butter onto paper, and for coloring I could see where that would be really nice. But at over $2 per crayon, I'm sorry, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it to have it glide that smoothly. It was nice that it did. But you can see here, I'm trying to smudge it out to, to get that smudgy effect that it says, and it barely moves. It doesn't smudge that well. The only good thing about this crayon that I could say positively about it is that it does glide onto the paper quite nicely, as compared to, say, your regular Crayola marker. Not marker, your Crayola crayon. But I can honestly get the same depth of color out of Crayola crayons for a lot cheaper price. Now it does twist up from the bottom, but you almost never have a sharp point if you decide to go and sharpen it. But if you do sharpen it, say with a large pencil sharpener, if you do sharpen the tip of the crayon, you're going to lose a lot of product. And when you've paid over $2, it works out to about $2.33 per crayon. I honestly just could not see the value in this. And what I'm doing now is digging for a stamp. I'm still thinking, I'm still thinking, what am I missing? What am I missing? There is got to be more to this crayon. Otherwise, why would they be selling it for the price that they're selling it for? It's got to do more than just be a tool for coloring, because there are a lot more affordable and a lot more blendable options for coloring than this crayon. And so I decided to stamp an image and give it a more solid coating of color to see if that did anything, if it became more smudgeable if you laid more product down. So I just stamped that heart from a Simon Says stamp kit with some Ranger ink And now I'm going to color it in really heavily. And like I said, it does glide beautifully onto the paper. I will give it that. It glides like a dream onto the paper, but I gave it a nice, really thick coat of the crayon on that stamp. And it does deliver a beautiful color. It's a unique color. Here's the other thing I don't get. Why did Simon Says Stamp only put one in the kit? What are you going to do with one color? You're not going to color an entire coloring page in one color, but I digress. So here I thought, well, maybe you can stamp with it. Maybe that's nice. I mean, it's somewhat stamped. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great either. I wouldn't use it as my regular stamping product. So about this time, I thought, well, maybe if I apply some heat to it, maybe it'll get all melty, and then it'll be really easy to smudge, and it'll move around and create these great streaky effects. So I took my heat tool out, and I applied some heat to it, and started trying to move it around, smudge it out, and see if I got some great effects there. And it didn't move. It just didn't move. I am still just absolutely stumped as to why they created this product and why they created it so poorly. You know, again, I like the twist up effect of it. You know, I'll give it that over a Crayola marker, but you know, Crayola Colors, gosh, I just can't talk today. But Crayola Colors has a line of twistable crayons as well. And here's what I'm telling you. This is my absolute bottom line sentiment about these distress crayons. Save your money. Please don't go spend $13 on a pack of 6 of these crayons. They're not worth it. I'm sorry, Tim. Go back to the drawing board. You still have some work to do. I can achieve similar, if not better, results with a Crayola crayon, or better yet, some watercolor crayons. That would actually, the pigments would actually move with water. I wish I could give these more of a thumbs up. I wish I could get excited about them. And Simon Says Stamp, what were you thinking? Why would you put one crayon in a box? What are you going to do with one crayon? All the way around, this crayon was a fail for me. It's something that, at the end of the day, I just think I'm going to pass. It's just not for me. It's not worth spending my crafting dollars on. I'm very, very frugal with my crafting dollars. I have to be able to purchase products that I know I'm going to really love using and are going to go a long way for me and give me a lot of bang for my buck. And for these distress crayons, I honestly just don't get it. Well, anyway, thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'm sorry that this wasn't a more positive and upbeat to review, because I honestly do like to review products and be able to tell you wonderful things about them and all the things that I loved about them. But unfortunately, in this case, that's just not the way it turned out. I think I'll pass. I think I'm just going to save my money and not buy these crayons and just enjoy me some Crayolas. But anyway, you guys have a great day. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a very blessed day.